guys, welcome to another BESTA Airsoft review. I'm Nunj02.
And I'm Fevereiro B14, and today we're going to talk about the Tokyo Marui MP7 gas blowback replica. We just got our hands on this one, and so far we are pretty happy and excited with the overall performance of this replica. So obviously it doesn't come with these things on top. These are accessories that we have mounted on, but we would like to start just to say, if you are interested in that reenactment, and if you play usually in CQBs, like with very short distances, then this may be a replica for you. Again, pretty interesting, pretty compact. Because of that, because very compact, you may think that it's kind of overweight, because again the weight of it all is not very well distributed. It's all in one place. Plus the magazines are kind of very heavy as well, because again it is a gas replica, so the magazines will be the heaviest part of the replica. Now it does have a polymer body to help with that, because it could be even worse if it were made of metal. It could be even heavier, so thank you for the polymer body. We thank you for that. Plus, speaking of that weight distribution, it has this little grip on front of the replica, which comes very handy, because again, if you're talking about that weight distribution, it helps a lot. If you don't want to use it, if you don't like it, you can just easily collapse it like so. It has a little lever right there. Again, you can just pull it out, and if you don't want it, a little button right here, you just push it and pull it, and then you just collapse like so. So again, it does give you that two settings, let's call it that, so it's easy for you to just select whatever works best for you. Now, talking about the stock, it has a PDW stock, which is extendable. It has a couple of positions that you could use. Fully extended, has a little lever right here that allows you to just pull it. So thank you very much. My assistant's going to help me. So again, a little lever right here. We're going to show you this in detail with a close-up so that you understand better what we're talking about. So you can just pull it, and then it just stays in position. And if you want, you can play with it fully collapsed like this, fully in. So again, this really allows you to just, on those corners, those tight spots, you don't have to show a lot of yourself. Plus, it's just really good to use it. And Nunes is the one that uses this replica, so he has probably more stuff to say about it. There you go.
Yeah. So the MP7, great overall gun. It's fully MB, so as you can see here, it has fire selector on both sides. Goes to safe, semi, and full, and it really you can listen to that click, so it stays in place, and you can really feel that you're switching the fire selector. On this side, it has a nice detail. The fire selector is a little bit slimmer so it doesn't bother you when you're shooting right-handed, so that's nice. Here on this side, this little lever over here is the bolt release. So when your MP7 goes out, the bolt stays back, and then you just put a fresh mag. And for the bolt to go forward, you just use the lever so that you can use the gun again. So this is a gas blowback, so it has a realistic feel and function. The magazine release is also in a nice place here next to the trigger. So it's this little lever, so it has on both sides. So you just press it and the mag goes out. Really simple, nothing too fancy about it. It has these rails here on this side, and a monolithic one on the top, so that you can put your various accessories, and they are made of metal. So it's a lot more stronger. The iron sights are really also very interesting. You have these ones that are like pistol sights. Okay, I don't know if you can see the front one. So the MP7 can be used like a handgun, so you can use it with both hands for those short engagements. But if you want those longer engagements, you can flip up the iron sights, and you have like a rifle style sights. So for those longer engagements, so it's a really nice touch, a really nice detail. The charging handle, so it's made out of plastic. It seems a little bit flimsy, but I didn't break it yet, so you can use it with both hands. It's like very IR-15 style system. So just pull it back, as you can see. So we have an empty magazine, the bolt stayed to the back, and now just use the bolt release to push it forward. As you can see, it's
nice
yeah,
sound.
Nice sound, not too bad. So one of the things that we are going to talk about is the trigger. So the trigger, as you can see, we are going to show you like this. The trigger isn't really that nice, so it's an airsoft replica. So, so that you can see what we are talking about, it has this system like a Glock. So if you, yeah, like that passive safety. If you don't press fully with your finger the trigger, it doesn't go down. So you just really have to put the finger on it. So it has a lot of travel. So you really don't feel like that wall. So you don't know really when the gun is going to shoot. So it could be a little better. And the take up, as you can see, a little bit of travel. And there you go. I don't know if you heard that click, so that means that you can
shoot it again.
Shoot it again, yeah. So it's something to be aware of. It's nothing. It's not gonna influence a lot your performance, but you can really do quick shots with this replica. So don't worry about it.
Plus, it has a really nice blowback. When you're actually shooting it, the replica will give you that. Well, it is what it is, but it just gives you that really nice feel that electric gun won't give.
Yeah. It has more recoil than other MP7s from other brands like VFC or the KWA. The Tokyo Marui, I think it's the one that has more blowback on this segment. So on the front, you also you can remove this flash hider. You can remove it. It comes with a thread adapter so that you can put suppressors or tracer units if you want to. So that's a really nice detail also. And I know that some guys, for that impression, like to put that silencer on the front.
Looks good.
Yeah.
But again, not everything is good on this replica. For example, the sling points. It has 4, 2 on each side, and the holes are very, very tiny. So it would be very, very difficult for you to actually find a sling that could just snap on that and just be very secure. So what we did and what we would recommend is to just thread some paracord, and you'll have a bigger loop, so you can actually put your slings and hold them in place. Now, a couple of other things that we would like to point out that, well, it is what it is, so just be aware. For example, the stock here, it wobbles a little bit. It shouldn't affect you that much. It's just a normal thing for these PW style stocks to just wobble a little bit. So that's expected, but be aware that, as you can hear, it makes a little bit of noise. And actually, I think in this replica, it's what makes the most noise, because if it's fully compact, then actually you won't even. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Now, another thing, like we mentioned in the beginning, is the weight. The replica itself is not very heavy, but when you start adding on the magazines and the accessories that you might want to have on your replica, then it becomes a little bit more on the heavy side. Yeah. Plus, again, on the magazines, how much capacity do they have?
40 rounds. Yeah.
40. So you gotta stack up on these bad boys, and the price, we're gonna get to that in a little bit, but you're gonna have like, what, 6 on you?
Yeah, 6.
So imagine 6 of these that are already a little bit heavy, just weighing you down. Again, it is what it is.
I've tried it, and yeah, you really feel, if you have like 3 mags, you will feel that weight. Yeah.
It's not gonna be overwhelming or anything like that, but just realize that these magazines are different than your normal AEG because again, the materials used are heavier. So be aware of that. And plus you'll have to stack up on more because of the BB capacity that they have.
So let's talk about also where is the Hopup. So the Hopup, it's interesting. It's
really weird. I actually never seen it like this.
It's a bit different. You just put the trigger forward and the Hopup is revealed. I don't know if you can see that.
We'll show in detail.
Yeah, we'll show in detail. So you access the Hopup through here, which is a nice system. It doesn't have any keys or whatsoever. I know that some use an LAKEY here on the front and you have to adjust it.
Jeez.
Yeah, so a different system. I think it's clever.
And it shows a little knob that you could just
it has
use your fingers to twist.
That's normal style Hopup adjustment. So in terms of internals, it's not stock. So I've never shot it stock. I've put some upgrades. So it has the maple leaf Hopup rubber, the Autobot 50, and the inner barrel is a modified 6.03. So and the performance, we have tested out a little bit. We're gonna show you some videos. I'm really impressed with it. Great kick. It has a nice distance. It's accurate. I use PTWs, he uses Scorpion Evo, so yeah, we are used to great performance, and we were very surprised. We know that sometimes gas blowbacks have like a bad rap, they have leaks, they are not very consistent, the
weather affects them different ways,
the cold, the shots go everywhere, but that's not the case with the Toki Marui one. So I'm really happy with it. I'm using 0.32 gram BBs, so it's like the minimum that I can use, because with 0.30s or 0.28s the BB still goes up at the end with the Hopup at the lowest setting. So yeah,
but you get a good distance with that, right?
Yeah, you really get a good distance. I think I'm getting like almost the same distance as I'm getting with my PTW, so
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think that's really great. And if you want that more realistic feel, if you want that real reenactment gun for that impression, that's the way to go. And Toki Marui does not, once again, delivered and did not fail us.
Now, the question that's on everybody's mind: how much for all of this, Carlos?
So, the Toki Marui MP7, it's not easy to find, and they are not that cheap. So the Toki Marui MP7 costs around 350, 360 euros, depending where you get it.
That comes only with one mag.
Yeah, really one mag. Each mag costs around 45 euros.
And this is where it's gonna hurt you a little bit.
So if you buy like 5 of them, so to have 6, that's really, I think, a nice number. You will
just on mags like 200 euros.
200 euros, so it's really a lot. But you save on the internals, because you know that in our AEGs we like to upgrade them, and sometimes
with Titans and all.
Titans and new barrels and piston heads.
So you could get a 150 euro replica, but the amount of money that you put inside for it to have a really good performance is basically what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So all in all, if this is your type of replica, if you like the look of it, if you're like we said in the beginning, if you're into those CQB matches, then this is pretty much your go-to replica right here.
And it looks good. I think it looks good.
It looks really nice.
Yeah. So guys, that was our review on the MP7 Toki Marui. We are going to show those images, those close-ups, those things for watching, and see you next time.
That's it. Keep on playing.
Yeah. Thanks. The test is 20 meters away from the target. We are using 0.32 gram BBs and Airsoft Surgeon green gas. The 2 flyers on the bottom left don't count, because it was just us trying to see if the red dot was centered with the target.